Ladies and gentlemen, gamers, anybody who is a gaming fanatic, this video was not easy to make. This video is something that I didn't think would happen. And it's something that's now... I'm no longer a PlayStation player. I refuse to deal with PlayStation's nonsense. I'm tired of gaming companies thinking that they have the ability to basically implement anything, any system that they want in order to fuck over the consumer. And what really needs to change is people need to start talking with their wallets. One of the main things that I am currently doing is I am just sticking with Steam and older consoles. I refuse to buy into PlayStation. And Xbox is starting to turn around, but it's a slow process. I am more directed toward Xbox than Sony right now. And here's why. This right here. This is the biggest slap in the face to your gamers. The biggest slap in the face to the people who thought it was a good idea to peddle this bullshit. In an industry that is already having issues with companies thinking we don't own anything, when in all actuality, we own what we buy. And now this whole DRM policy that's coming through the woodworks, and mind you, they just slid this in without telling people, without anything, because they knew it would blow up. They knew people were going to have problems with it. But the new DRM on the PlayStation is a disgrace to gaming, which is true. It says Sony should make a statement whenever the PlayStation support message is fake or real or faked. The issue is the 30-day timer being applied to all new purchases isn't about having an active internet connection. But basically, and it's all over social media. It's all over Twitter and everything. And from what we've seen, this is something that basically I'm walking away from PlayStation now. I refuse to support a company that thinks it's a good idea to put DRM in their systems. They've gone downhill from screwing up their exclusive lineup to not making any games for the PlayStation 5 to now this. Oh, and then the multiple price increases. The PlayStation 5 Pro being about $1,000. It's not even worth it. Buying a console is not worth it nowadays. Why buy a console when you can go buy a computer? Have better performance, better games. I mean, Steam alone has a library of over 10,000 games plus. And I don't understand what their fucking idea is. Who thought it was a good idea to do this? And who thought that players wouldn't be pissed about this? In a society like this is going to get PlayStation sued. Hell, if any of my games stop working, and I have all the receipts to it, if any of my PS4 or PS5 games that I have bought digitally stop working, you will. I'm just warning. It's going to end up in lawyers. It's going to end up in a lawsuit. Because I paid for this stuff, and I will demand a refund. And if I don't get a refund, it's going to go to court. Because this shit is ridiculous. Gamers need to start standing up for themselves and stop letting companies like Sony and others dictate how we play our games. One of the biggest things that has come out recently is Stop Killing Games, and it has been a astronomical change into the gaming market. Hell, I remember back in the early to late 2000s where when you bought a game, that game was in your library. That game was always available to be played. You never had to deal with updates or any of this bullshit that we've been dealing with lately. It's one of the main reasons why I am so critical of companies and you know, updates from all these other like gaming sites and stuff. It's fucking ridiculous, and it needs to stop. We need a better, more coherent gaming industry. It's about to become the age of the indie developers, or the age of indie, because AAA is in such a downward spiral. If I hear AAA or quadruple A, as some idiots have said, I actually end up turning away from it because it's just slop. I mean, these companies trying to force AI down our throats, as well as a whole bunch of other shit, it's toxic. It's ridiculous. And we shouldn't be sitting here, sitting on our hands. Like, people need to start speaking with their wallets. I no longer have a PlayStation 5 because I never played it. I always played computer. There was no point. And it was just a waste of time. But this right here just shows how little Sony cares about its consumers. I mean, that's not only the only thing that they've been doing, it's also the fact that they have a new program where if a certain person buys a bunch of games, they get charged more than the other person who doesn't. Which is highway robbery and is just completely bullshit. And I have seen it online where there have been different prices where a husband was buying a game, or a wife was buying a game for her husband, and it was on her account. It wasn't on his. And when she noticed, she's like, "Oh, it's $14.99," but it was $20 on his account. Like, Sony is becoming anti-consumer. And it is what it is. It's just a fact of the matter. And like people really seriously need to wake up. They need to see all of the horrible ass shit that's going on in the gaming industry, and we need to start like speaking with our wallets. Games like Destiny 2 and others are the reason why the gaming industry is only going backwards. Price gouging microtransactions of a game that costs $60 fucking will be the death of the industry. I mean, let's go for it real quick, just to show. A company in a game that has been around for X amount of days, years, months, and everything. Like, my review from 2022 still stands. I mean, they're on a discount right now, right? This is a discount that's going to last until it doesn't say. But here's the thing, right? All the DLC, $29.99 released in 22, $20. I mean, there's no bundles. December 2nd, 2025, $40. $59, like all this stuff. We'll say $59.99 for the ultimate. For both of these, so that's $120, right? That's 60, 120. Year of the prophecy, just the year of the prophecy, which includes 2 expansions, which is the 2 Star Wars. So it's $79.99, which is currently very negative. But then you have the ultimate edition, which is $100. Like, these are DLCs that shouldn't be in the game. Like, here's one. New campaign, new destination, new abilities and gear. $40. The final shape. $30. Lightfall. $30. The Witch Queen. $30. Okay. We're not done. An emote bundle pack is $10. Beyond Light Pack, $20. And that's just for weapons, by the way. That's for 15 exotics. The Forsaken Pack, 20 exotics, $20. Shadowkeep Pack. And these were all DLCs, by the way. These were not... These used to be expansions and stuff. They changed them into just weapons packs. These used to be full-on campaigns. And all this is translated into at least over $100. So we'll say Year of the Prophecy is literally this, and then I think it's Edge of Fate. They have some of those, but again, you're spending over, $252.34 for all the DLC, right? But the big problem with this game is there's such a what do they call them? It's such a cosmetic leech, right? But then you have games that push the envelope and make absolute masterpieces, like Mouse PI for Hire. Overwhelmingly positive, and I want to buy this game, and I'm planning on it for a playthrough. Mouse PI for Hire. This is a Doom-like puzzle-fueled adventure game that is set kind of in the 1930s. Every single piece of this game shows the love and attention and detail to this game. I want this game. And here's the thing. This is AAA title material, right? AAA level of game, right? $30. They could have easily charged $59.99. They charged $30. This is what needs to be rewarded. Games like this need rewarding. How to do we'll take it a step further. How to make good decisions when it comes to microtransactions. Let's actually go to the game that I have to give fucking props to. They very well could have ended up like every other game. Where is it? Here it is. Could have very easily gone into the DLC trend and could have $39.89. Super Citizen Edition, if you want it, which gives you a bunch of stuff, which gives you, Night Weapon, MP98 Night Weapon, Super Citizenship status, all cosmetic stuff. You don't have to do it. Right. And I did it because I actually really did like this game. I still do, but... And it's mixed right now. But all of their DLC is $10. Well, their stratagems and stuff. All their stuff is $10. When something gets released, like a new weapon or something, you want to try some new stuff out, like, there's endless possibilities with this game, and they're constantly patching the game. They just actually released Major Release Update 6.0. Mega Factories, a new vehicle, Battle for Cyberstain, Cyborgs and Vox Engine, all new stuff. Then they have, 6.1, which is new everything. 6.2 same, and 6.3, which is literally March, April, June. So in a long lineup, they have a bunch of updates that are always improving the game. There's always a new weapon or something to improve. And the armor in the game, like, I'll actually launch the game for you guys so you can see what I mean by that. And mind you, I have not played this game in a hot minute. I have not gone into the game. I haven't done anything. I haven't, dived deep into Helldivers 2 in a very long time. No pun intended. But, and yes, this is a Sony title, originally. But, it's just... We need to look towards a better future for gaming. And this is the last place I was. Okay. Obviously, 21 days. Okay. So here we go. So here's all my weapons. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. So that's 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have about 40 guns. 50 guns, right? I'd say about on the 40 spectrum. But we also have, you know, the secondaries, which is also counting as additional guns. You have both. You have melee. You have special. You have a bunch of stuff. But you also get throwables and all kinds of stuff, right? But you also get the armory, which comes with a bunch of cool cosmetics. I, no joke, have a shitload of cosmetics. So this is the cosmetics I'm currently using, which is the Halo ODST setup, which was an amazing DLC and amazing for them to put on. But this is all the cosmetics in the game that I have. Oh, it gave me recon. Okay, cool. All this. Different helmets. Different capes. And not just the same capes, like actual details in some of these capes and stuff, which makes your character look the way you want to look. But it doesn't end there. So the SMG 201 Gallant, which tells you the specs of it. But you also have new armor. But here's the best part. Helldivers Immobilized, which has a good chunk of shit. And they have all these different pamphlets that you can choose from. And here's the best part. You don't have to buy a single one of these, mind you. All these can be bought with the Warbound, which is super credits that is super reasonably priced, which goes 150, 375, 1,000, 2,100, 5,800, 13,000. 13,000 could get you a lot of fucking shit. I mean, look at this shit. Cool ass shit. We'll go to the next one. Another weapon. That's pretty damn cool. RS Fiend Destroyer. Double Freedom. Dust Devils, which comes with a machete. And mind you, all this shit is free of charge. You can buy all this stuff without having to pay a single fucking penny. And some of this shit's new. Like this is brand new. Which this is pretty damn cool. Different cards. I mean, the sweeper, which that... so cool. It actually looks like the Deathslinger's weapon. But that has a bayonet on it, too. I mean... smoke screen. Armor, which... they all have different effects and everything, but, like... that literally looks like the Doom armor. Double Freedom, which I'm guessing this is kind of like a Doom reference. But looks badass. And then you can look at the specs. 2 shots, recoil, and then fire rate, which is super fast. A machete, which is a melee weapon. But you have really cool fucking outfits. And they cost barely anything. But then again, you can also pay super credits. Alright. You also have different stratagems, different things, different orders. And here's the best part about all this. You don't have to spend a freaking single penny on any of this. All the money that you would spend in this game is literally cosmetic based. And you don't have to. And yes, you can say that about other games, but at the same time, Destiny has this way of constantly forcing you to buy the DLC in order to get some of the new cosmetics and shit. And if you don't have like the rarest of the rare, you look like shit in Destiny. Hell, and then there's games like fucking Outlast. Full cosmetic does nothing for the gameplay, right? Super cheap, very affordable. But they add a bunch of like different changes, game modes, cosmetics, all this stuff, and some of the shit you can most of the doubt get it all for free. I mean, but not only that, you have deals on all of this. We'll go to the special section. $7.99, $17.99, like amazing ass deals. Cyberpunk $20.99. So $20 you get an amazing game. Now amazing. I mean, beginning was a little rough. Now it's amazing. I mean, you've got games like here, Expedition 33, $39.99. Definitely way worth. This one's definitely worth $70, but they only did $49, and it's at $39. Pick that game up. Persona 5 Royal, from $60 to $11. Phantom Liberty, $20. Halo Master Chief Collection, which is literally Halos 1, 2, 3, and 4, and ODST, I think, all for $10. Repo, $7. Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 remixed, $20. Hell, a game that recently came out, which I've heard is really good, Dispatch, $23.99. I mean, you guys, you have to, like, Xenoverse 2, $5. Which, yes, Xenoverse is on its way to getting its final DLC. I never got the chance to play it when it first came out because I heard it was really good and there was a bunch of cool shit you could do, but I'm a little too far late in the game in order to play it. But, like, Red Dead Redemption 1, 50% off, Final Fantasy Remake, Intergrade, $20. Silent Hill F, which recently just came out, $34. Like Steam does a hell of a job. Like hell, Silent Hill 2, which recently came out about 2 years ago. It Takes Two, a really good game for $13. Inscription, a really fun fucking game that is $7. Battlefield 1 Revolution, $2. Battlefield 3, $1. Overcooked, like Final Fantasy Tactics, $34. Like there's just hell, Sonic Racing Crossroads, which recently came out for $41.99. Nier Automata, $15. I mean, hell, even some shit like Star Wars Battlefront 2, which was $37.59, is now $9 right now. Total War Rome 2 Emperor Edition, $11. Dead Space, the remake, not the original, for $14.99, which is just absolutely bonkers to me. Neo 3, which recently came out, for $55. The literal Mass Effect collection is literally $15. And there are hundreds of games. Hundreds. Borderlands 2, a fucking classic. Persona 4 Golden. Nier Replicant. Darksiders 3, which I haven't played. Ninja Gaiden 4, which recently came out. Fable Anniversary, like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, A Way Out. Like, there's so much shit here that's just, it's on discount. Like, hell, The Quarry, which is $69.99, $10. $10. Darksiders 2 Definitive Edition, $4. Vanguard, which was trash, but I mean, this is where the future lies, and it's in Steam. Because every major decision the games industry makes, where something changes to where there's DRM in the consoles and all this other bullcrap, it hurts the industry. And at this point, instead of buying a PlayStation, you might as well buy a computer. Instead of buying an Xbox, hell, you don't even need an Xbox. You might as well just buy a freaking computer. Because there's no point. It's just better to just buy a computer. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 and 2.8 and Kingdom Hearts 3 are all on Steam. Elden Ring's on Steam, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, Rust, Helldivers, Dead by Daylight, Dragon Ball Sparking, Project Zomboid, Red Dead Redemption 2, Halo Infinite, Hunt, God of War. I mean, it's just... It really... Hell, Arc Raiders is on here. 7 days. I mean, the list continues to grow every single day on the titles that go to Steam. Good games, bad games, old games, new games, just the laundry list of things. And then the crazy part is that people are like, oh, if your computer breaks, you're out thousands of dollars. But it's at the same time is that at least you know what's wrong with your computer. You can fix it. I've been doing it for years. Whilst if you have a console, not really much you can do about it. You have to take it to a shop. They have to break it down. Then they charge you for it, and it's not worth it. It's time to move on from Sony. I'll play their games, but I'm only playing it on computer. Because I'm not going to award a company that has shown me in the past year that they don't give a shit about their consumers. Because they don't. They really do not care. They think you're just a bunch of pay pigs and that you'll line up and buy whatever you feel is what they release. And if you don't like it, then tough. I can see Xbox starting to make a come around. Like, if Xbox can really start... Like, they're showing signs of going back to the good old days of 360, if they can start doing that again and start turning it around for everybody, and we start to see Xbox changing, go to Xbox. Hell, they've already started. Their Xbox Game Pass just got decreased. They just changed their logo for the Xbox back to for the Xbox original look. They have made strides in a couple other areas that have been needed. I mean, the laundry list is starting to add up, and it's just like... It's just like, we need to speak with our wallets instead of fucking dealing with companies that think that it's a good idea to just gouge us. Because it's getting to that point where it's just not even worth it. It's not worth playing games on consoles anymore. The reason you would buy a console is because it was cheaper than a PC. Now that PlayStation is like over $1,000 now, there's no point. You might as well buy a PC. You might as well take the time to research, pay the actual couple extra dollars, buy a PC, and just play it on that. Because, hell, right now, PC's always been eating good. So many titles are added to the PC, and so many ports have been added. I don't know, man. It's just... We're looking at the end of Sony, because Sony's starting to just... They've dropped the ball. The past 3 years, they have dropped the ball. no exclusives. No, there's really not been anything of noteworthy besides maybe God of War Ragnarok, but even that has kind of like not really helped with the mitigation of the PS5 and how piss poor their launch was. I mean, it's starting to look like Xbox might end up being on the rise, and it's thanks to the CEO. I hate to say it, but the chances of the CEO actually pulling through and actually making good changes is starting to look that way. If she can get rid of all this AI slop and everything, hell, she'll have my good graces. She'll be in my good books. But stuff like this needs to end, man. Like, DRM is a poison. It's a cancer in the gaming industry, and it needs to be cut out. It's just not necessary. People are dealing with a hell of a lot more than gaming, and it shows. Their numbers are going down. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. I was just frustrated about the PlayStation scene because they've literally made nothing substantial, no exclusives that have like really made me want to buy a PlayStation 5. And any of them have gone to the PC, which honestly they should just do, because if they have a PlayStation console, then yeah, do that. Let everybody be able to play your exclusives. Hell, I wouldn't even call them exclusive. I'd just say, hey, these are for you guys. Like, PlayStation obviously should get them for the first 2 years. After 2 years, then release them on the computer. I mean, you will make more money. Like, substantially a lot more money. But, hell, that's what's been happening. But they don't like the fact that their precious consoles not getting the sales that they want. Even though they don't really make the money off the console, they mainly make the money back from the freaking sales of the games. But I digress. I'm just I don't condone Sony anymore. I'm not gonna fucking play their games. So now it's 2 consoles. Really, the only choice is Xbox right now, and I've gone back to the Xbox really because I have my 360. Any games that are on there, I can play on there. And just live stream it. I mean, it's ridiculous, but that's gonna be it, guys. Dead by Daylight is coming up, and you've got a video coming. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.